Um, the one thing I've been clear is the way they just create reality. Now, I'm a target individual. I'm a TI. I'm a human subject in a program run by the government. These governmental entities are linked to the intelligence community, and a lot of this high, extremely advanced technology that sound almost fictional is applied onto us. It's obvious that DARPA has a lot to do with this. It's obvious that CIA has a strong footprint on it, or fingerprint on it. It's obvious that the Department of Defense is the key resources, so funding, when it comes to financial aspect of things, due to the amount of effort, financial efforts, and labor, not even labor, but involvement of a lot of people that's really try to get you to help get the result that is required. You understand that. But it's hard to see that when you are in the midst of this. It's hard to just kind of see things for what they are, because we are target individual manipulated to believe everything but the obvious, that this is obviously ran by some kind of massive government, and they create psyops. They create psyops, and as you heard, this noise campaign, they try to disorient you, and those are people contracted to do that. And those people are just civilians, and that it's obvious that they're not like actual like member of these agencies in a sense that directly linked to them, but they are contracted in some ways. There's contractions, and as contracted civilians, I don't know how, the level of like buffering between them and the actual agencies running this program. They have tasks, and it seems like there's a textbook tactic to break people down, and they implement that day in and day out. Really, as a target individual, you have nothing. You can do nothing about it. We're just basically guinea pigs. But they try to make it look like, for me at least, that they're just warriors. We are warriors. It's like basically being a lab where you're obviously using species of some sorts as guinea pigs, and you do whatever you need to do to get the results, and the guinea pig is gonna just deal with whatever is implemented. So that's kind of like that. But imagine then these people implementing that are just like, we are war, tell the guinea pig, we are war, we're gonna win, it's our war, it's our justice, like coming up with storylines. This is kind of the way I'm seeing them, kind of delusional. But the purpose of them doing that is because we're not guinea pigs, we're actually human beings. But they want to create a psyop to make it seem like it's something else, but the obviousness of what this is. The manipulations are just disturbing, but then they try to make you accept. Earlier I talked about this manipulation where they try to go into my memory, mess with the kids of a woman I used to have a crush on, and try to, and then you see that, and really try to make you believe, oh, we mapped that. It's like this. It's the things they do. It's continuously like that, and then they try to do this again with a different story. But at least this memory is like something strong in my memory that is gonna be hard to manipulate. They manipulate memories. As we know, memory manipulation is very much doable, to the point that there was this article, a journal actually, that came out in 2016. There's so many other journals. We're basically talking about the ethics of manipulation, memory manipulations, meaning that memories are manipulable. We know that there's been, different entities able to do that. And that in 2016, these 3 or 4, I think, doctors or so, I'm not sure the full number, we're talking about the day will come, and this is 2016, where memory manipulation will be reality. Matter of fact, it's very close to that right now, 2016. This is not, those people are not talking coming from like defense, Department of Defense. They talk about like mainstream, like regular medical technology. that is coming up, and we need to make laws to create some kind of boundaries, because because you can, then they can do so much to you if you manipulate your memory. It can, is it possible that your notion of self changes too, right? And they're saying this whole thing is like, oh, matter of fact, DARPA is working on this brain initiative, and this whole other entities working on that. So we should get ahead and kind of make sure that people are protected from the negative aspect of memory manipulation. This is a journal, like a literally like a journal, a medical journal, and these doctors are writing down, thinking that based on just mainstream technology, this is already something that we can do. Not, they even call out DARPA, not knowing that DARPA is like, and we know that mainstream medical and mainstream technology is way behind from military technology, way behind, way behind. I mean, the exact number I'm not sure, but we know that things come very much later on in the mainstream. But could have been in a military aspect of things for decades and decades and decades, and finally the mainstream start using this technology. It's known fact. So for me, they just been doing that, just playing my memories as much as they can. Just the last video I made is literally about that. And then they were trying to be like, no, we mapped it like that, we mapped it like. And then they go back into another memory where they try to map it into this falsified ways. They try to manipulate it and change my reaction in real time. Change my reaction when I was experiencing memory from something that was endearing, super wholesome, to try to turn into something sexual because there's a child there, a baby. It's so disturbing. Try to find ways to create something sexual, and then now we mapped it, meaning that they make me experience something that's falsified during that memory. But at some point in your childhood, you could have felt it like that. It's so disturbing. There's this memory. I remember one of my best friends at the time, really close friend, he was working with kids. He decided to become like, he was doing charitable things, and he was working with these kids in this church. And there was this little girl, this Mexican little baby. It's just adorable. She had like one tooth that was like silver. They had like a silver tooth, and she loved my friend. It was so endearing. She loved him so much, and she was so cute, so adorable. But the way she loved my friend, it was just like super endearing. She loved to be near him. She wanted to sit on his lap all the time. I was like, man, this kind of, I'm not that kind of, I didn't want to be like the cheesy guy or whatever, because, we're guys. But it was like really wholesome. And the way she was attached to him, she's just like, oh, this is just it's kind of endearing. The way they try to change that memory into something that's super wholesome and endearing is to try to, they put some disgusting stimulation. They try to make me, but when he left the kid, the shirt went up, and he felt something like that. And they try to make me think, but remember when you were in third grade, there was this like kid that when I was in third grade myself, I was a kid, 8, 9 years old. Remember when you saw her on the lifting her shirt, you felt something as a kid too, like who was 8, 9 years old yourself. So, and they try to create these things. So you see, we mapped it. This trash. And they send, of course, childlike individuals to kind of make you accept these things. And so now they try to make me imagine the moment when, and I don't even know if that, but I'm sure that at some point when he left the kid, the shirt might go now, but they try to say, you see that moment there, you felt something there. And then try to make you accept these nasty things. And they're like, persecute, we're gonna frame you. Trash. Trash. Whatever they can do to change reality of a memory, they will. Truly doing that. And my memory of that moment, that is super wholesome and endearing. Remembering how this kid who was super like, she was wholesome. She had like one shiny like tooth that was like in silver or whatever. Almost looked like she had a gold tooth, but it was like silver. And now it's just changed to say disgusting things. And forcing me to get reactions and stimulation and try to make me up that the shirt was up like that, think, and then try to make me think of this like moment when me in third grade seeing this kid that was about like the same age of me, maybe a year younger or so. And then you hear the noise campaign try to like disorient you, try to get you to accept these false memories, and like you see, that's proof. You see, the sirens and all that is part of how they're trying to get you to accept this falsified reality. This is led by the government. This is governmental led and is meant to make you accept these things. They try to break you down and make you acceptive of this false memory so you can so they can create a notion of self that is no longer, that's not you. But because they can manipulate the memory, they want you to start seeing yourself in different ways, and they send this trash who have they have no self-respect. They'll bluntly try to gaslight you when you know it's like pure gaslighting. Gaslighting works at some points if you kind of respect these people. But at this point, I was like, you have no shame. You will say in front of me, I show you a color. I can say this is white. I can say this thing here is white, right? I'm sure, or whatever. It's actually white, and then they can look at you as like, it's black. And then it's like, no, it's white. It's like, you'll die. They're gonna rape you. They're gonna torture you. Will frame you. It's like, what? Why are you like? They're saying that in order to try to make you like to diverge. So like, for example, this is white. They tell you, no, it's black. Obviously, it's white. They'll kill you. They'll rape you. They'll torture you. They'll zap you. Oh, you're gonna be in pain. You'll scream. And you're like, what? Now, obviously, this is but my point is that they don't care how stupid it looks. Now, I understand that's what they're supposed to do. They're contracted to do this kind of things. They're trying to make you accept false memory, even if you recognize being a false memory. They will be like, no, we mapped it. And they start making themselves laugh. Oh my God, we mapped it. Like, and they speak to me via this V2K, right? This technology that can really just go directly to your brain. And it's kind of a way to kind of disorient you, confuse you, and annoy you, non-stop, agitate you. And it's disturbing. And it's tactics used in this intelligence community. And you just got to understand, this is part of those tactics that they implement onto us, who are human subjects, to psychologically break us down. And most importantly, they try to depattern us and repattern us in different ways. And manipulations of the brain, the memory, is key. They have to manipulate to depattern you, to break yourself into somebody else. They depattern you and then repattern you in different ways. So they're going to manipulate everything they can. So when they repattern you, they're like, you see, that's the memory you experience, and they try to make you accept these things. And then when it makes sense, for example, I'm making videos, and I'm able to express this in a way that's somewhat logical. At least I'm able to articulate. Logical is different. Is a different wordage I would say, because I'm talking about technology that you couldn't even believe is real. It sounds fictional. I would not be able to believe it if I wasn't experiencing this. But at this point, I've been validated that this is not something unique to me. So when I speak about it, it's like I know, even the way I'm expressing it, the way I'm talking about it, is because I've heard other people talking about it. When you hear Robin Duncan talking about, they try to depattern you to repattern you. It's part of the breakdown, to break the ego. When you hear a man literally saying they're changing my memories and presenting as if they are my real memory, it's because somebody else said that. Then when you look at like what technologies of what in regard to memories and whatever, what's up there, you see literally like a journal addressing the ethics of memory manipulations. Yesterday fictional, is today's reality in 2016, and then kind of call out, oh, by the way, there's like this brain initiative that's been, launched a while ago. But matter of fact, DARPA has been working on it. You go on DARPA website, it's like, oh, we've been working on neurotechnology since the 70s. We have a legacy of, I'm like, Jesus. Then you talk about you hear the testimonies of people that you have never heard. And you're like, they have people around you trying to make you believe this, putting things out. I was like, this is exactly what's happening. And then you start hearing the perps. The perps disorienting you. But they disorient you with things that shows that there are people who are capable of doing this kind of manipulation. It's like, oh, they're going to arrest you because we're going to frame you. Like, would that be a group of people? These perps be involved in a program where they will manipulate your memories? They don't even know that sounds more like I'm saying something truthful. Because once you say that, you want to present yourself as somebody who will be like kind of, not involved in framing people. So they even paint themselves, they even show that they are people who are sketchier to that level. In every ways. But they think that, oh, we sound this way. So it's fierce when it comes to us. When it comes to us doing that. So, regardless of whatever is going to happen to me, because yes, I do believe they will frame me. These people are trash. And they will do everything that's trashy. Trash do trashy things. You cannot expect anything different. They do these nasty things, so of course they can do everything that's foul. It's what they're supposed to be doing. They're contracted to be trash. So they're going to trash me in every way possible. They're going to do the foulest thing they have to do. That is why they're here. So all these horrible things they talk about, I believe. As a matter of fact, I think they even think that is going to help them feel validated. But one thing is for sure, I know this trash know that it's going to come back to them. They know that, right? They know the day will come where these things come back to them one way or another. I'm not even talking about their conscience. I don't care about their conscience. I hope they continue to feel conscience free, and that doesn't faze me. But you understand, you dedicate your life doing these foul things. It's just normal to expect that something foul is going to come to you. That's just how it goes. You understand that. Enjoy the incentives. Enjoy this moment. But this moment will end. Those incentives will end. And then you'll be reimbursed. But in the meantime, today is not the day. You are God. So this is things they understand clearly. And they're going to enjoy this moment. And the nastiness, the foulness of what they do, which include not only torturing men, but women and children, and then try to reward people in this foul way. It's disgusting. Listen, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I've done some stupid things in my life. But you understand the meaning of foulness when you're in this program. When you know that there's people involved in a program that is literally rewire people in these disturbing ways. Can you imagine living day in and day out to try to make somebody think about children in a sexual way? And that's what you're dedicating this current moment. You are dedicating your life right now. This moment of your life that is going to do these things, to try to make a man or a woman start thinking in these disturbing pedophilia ways and manipulate everything, and then try to gaslight somebody. And you even have to make yourself almost like a child. Even children involved in this make themselves more of children. Even these children that involve themselves in this, they make themselves be even more like children. Like they dumb themselves down. So you are a grown man or grown woman involved in that. When you see children involved in this program, making themselves be even more of children, you, a grown man or woman, have to stoop to the level of a child that even makes themselves stupid. So these people know very well that, yes, we have incentive. Yes, we're feeling like gods. We can do all these things to this human subject. We know what's going to happen to him in every way till the end. We don't know a single thing of what's going to happen to us. We had lived our life, try to pretend that we are war, but the reality is try to just kind of disorient somebody nonstop. I said the word moment, they try to, oh no, remember that moment which you did when you were a kid. You see our moment now. These people are in a program that is literally killing the most vulnerable. They are torturing children sexually. This program that these people spending their moment dedicated to. And in this moment in their life, they are working day in and day out, consistently, to manipulate my brain, to rewire me into these pedophilia ways, and then try to gaslight me using childlike individuals who are specialized in their retardations, in their stupidity that they can maintain. That, and then they of course know that this is going to come to them. They have manipulated my memories consistently to try to get me to accept these things. I can literally feel the warm, like a heart thing happening to my brain as they go into my memories, give me the stimulations of falsification of memory, and then try to make me, oh no, but remember when you were a kid? I was like, what? And then when it comes to this level of obvious manipulation, they send this childlike losers at this point to try to get you to gaslight it, to accepting these things. If I don't care if it's fair or not fair for them, but please dedicate more time to send these childlike individuals more and more. This moment in their life, these consistent moments that they've been doing these things, where they've been working day in and day out, dedicating their time doing these things, Jesus, of course it's going to come back to them. For me, I'm just thankful. Now, I don't want to suffer. I don't want to be screaming. I don't want to be crying. I don't want to be handicapped. I don't want to be paralyzed. I don't want to lose a limb. I don't want to be in pain. But I could have lived my life where I dedicate my life doing the things they do. I had to stoop to this level of stupidity and live my life trying to manipulate a man or woman in these disgusting ways. And make myself sound in these weird ways that try to sound and to agitate me, to sound fierce, to sound like, I'm so sick. Jeez. I could have lived that life and died in these maybe comfortable places, eating food properly, eating my lunches, drinking my... But having to be involved in this, which, by the way, 2 weeks ago, mass shooting just was 18 people died. Because they agitated a person who was a target individual into killing 18 people. And for me, they're like, you see, now they try to go into my brain. It's like, man, you see the moment, because I talk about the moment. As a child, I had this impulsive moment of doing something stupid that happened once. And they're like, you see, moment, you see, you talk about our moment of us dedicating our time, doing these things to you. And remember the moment, what you did when you were a kid, that impulsive moment. And you see, we mapped it. That's why they use this retard. To truly manipulate your memories. And then try to make me experience this memory, but then make me think that this memory is experienced with the feeling they say that that I experienced when I was a child. That's we mapped it. Target individual. They use these childlike individuals that you hear as perps because they want you to get to that level of logic. These kids or childlike individuals know that reality will come. They will even tell me like, we're ready to frame you. Wow, the bravery. Wow. How brave. He's so ready. Wow. Trash, you're a coward, lowlife. You don't need to be ready for that moment. You just got to be ready for the moment after this thing is done. What happens next to people who do what you do? That's what you got to get ready for. No, this is just the easiest things you can do. Actually, the act of it is easy. When you just frame somebody that like the government's running this program, you're just a trash. People like you can be replaced in a 0.2506 second. You just have to have the bravery of being this retarded. But for us dark individuals, we are dignified. You just gotta be strong to understand that the purpose of why they're manipulating memories, the purpose of why they're changing how you think and experience. They want you to actually accept these manipulations. They are depatterning you. They are recreating all kind of reality. They're recreating your memories with a new version of it. So today, when you experience these things that are forced onto you, they're like, no, we mapped it. You remember with that moment, that endearing, wholesome moment? Yeah, we mapped it. I remember what you did as a kid. That's yeah, we mapped it. That's proof. That's. To all my target individuals, stay strong. Whatever things they do, whatever frame, understand. Matter of fact, if they ever say they frame you, that should be the proof of what they are. So stay strong. And do not subscribe to this false memory, to these manipulations. These people are trash and they're contracted to be trash.